video of the day. Cowboy Jim up here in Fort McMurray in the north, and I this morning was choosing to remember some of my dad's attributes, and unfortunately, I have a dear cousin. I haven't seen him much in many years. The last time I remember him, really, was when he was 18 and he had come down to Wasaga Beach from Sudbury. His name Larry Martin, and Larry passed away in the last couple of days. But I remember Larry and my dad having a conversation that was pretty one-sided. Much to Larry's tribute, he spoke up to my dad a bit. Well, that was primarily because Larry didn't know my dad, not at all. And uh, and my dad explained in no uncertain details that if Larry weren't going to work outside and help him, that Larry should do the dishes after lunch. And and Larry's opinion was very simplistic, and that was that's not a man's job. And my dad, also very simplistic, suggested that it didn't matter, that it wasn't a man's job, that he, Larry, was going to do the dishes. And my dad, I never saw him once do dishes in my entire life. And so it was somewhat a strange conversation to watch. And Dad proceeded to head out back and work. That meant I went with him, and I had observed. I hadn't said a word, man. I'm telling you. Oh no, no. And my dear cousin Larry, he headed right out into the entry of the hairdressing shop that my mom ran, and he grabbed the phone and he called his brother in Sudbury and said, "Come get me. This man is making me wash dishes." And mm, um, Richie Martin, and unfortunately, Richie has gone on to be with the Lord, and Larry has gone on to be with the Lord, and prayerfully, you see, I don't know their relationship with God. I don't know. I only know uh, the four oldest men in our family. Uh, we're getting whittled down a bit. Larry is going. A few years ago, my cousin, the oldest one in our family, he decided that he is going to take his pontoon type boat. I think I have that straight, out across the Great Lakes and down through the Mississippi and out around through the Gulf of Mexico and head back north along the East Coast. And they got a long way. And Larry, he ended up joining my two cousins, and that would be my one of my two favorite cousins, who he and I were attacked by a mountain lion in our backyard. And but I think of um, the passing of a family member, and I wished I had the privilege and the honor and the opportunity of getting to know Larry a little bit more. But Larry, I don't think ever darkened our door again after the threat that he had to do dishes because we're Irish and we have better memories at remembering the wrong stuff than we do the right stuff. I'm trying to fight that within myself. And so, a tribute to Larry Martin. Um, I wished that I'd gotten to know you better. I knew your brother Richie well. I may have been somewhere in the area of 7 years old when Uncle Percy had the Martin reunion at a campground up near Sudbury, and we all went to it. I remember the day that I was floating on a raft about 20 feet from shore, and someone said, "There's a snake in the water." And I rolled that raft over. I probably shouldn't have, but up there were rattlesnakes, and they probably wouldn't be in the water. But anyways, didn't matter. I didn't like snakes, and I I just sank. I mean, uh, evidently I couldn't swim, or I was so scared of that snake in the water that I wasn't swimming, and I'm not sure. Anyways, Larry's brother, he was into rescuing people. I mean, he rescued Larry from having to do dishes, and and he rescued me in that people saw that I was drowning, and Richie dove into the water, come up beside me, grabbed me, and swam straight to shore. No snake, thank God. And so I remember Larry Martin with a fondness. I remember, well, actually, I remember Richie with a fondness, but Larry, I remember with a degree of sadness that he has passed, and I never had a chance, or I never took the chance of speaking with him about things that were deeper than superficial. But that is the life that we live, and we choose whose heart we're going to try to reach out and touch. And sometimes we don't have a clue until we look back and we say, "Dear God, you gave me the right words at the right time, the opportune time." But the important thing is Larry's family, his lady, his wife, will miss him terribly. And I hope that when life ebbs away for you, that there will be those whose hearts are touched, that you will have formed some memories for those who are left behind when you go into eternity. That's my prayer for myself. My prayer is that as I just watched a video called "You Are Making Memories for Someone" in everything you do. very popular video of mine, of the Lord's, of ours. And my prayer is that you will not die, you will not pass without having someone notice that you have. But that's up to you. You can live in such a manner selflessly that you can touch hearts. And it is very important that you do. We Irish have a lot of sayings. You're going to be a long time dead. Well, actually, it may not be that long dead, but it looks like death is going to be long term, long time. It's not. We will learn the truth of what Jesus said when he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Jesus said, there's no other name given unto man whereby you must be saved. All scripture cries out as to the resurrection of those who have passed and a meeting with the Creator, determined, the outcome determined by and only by what you do today in this life. What have you done with God's Son? That is the only thing that you, as an individual, will ever be judged for. What have you done with Jesus? The rest is, what have you done? Probably not that good if you're Irish. God bless. Family. Larry Martin's family. My condolences to you. From what I remember of Larry, he was a good man. God bless you all. Amen and amen.